Bodybuilding is all about self-expression. It's my way of expressing to the world who I am on the inside. What I fight for, what I'm driven to do, what my goals are, and what I ultimately want in life. What's up, guys? Yumon Eaton here, Dragon Pharma coach and athlete. Today, I am 1 week out, 1 week and 1 day out from the USA Championships in Phoenix, Arizona this year. So last year, I was this close to attaining my IFBB Pro card at the Caribbean Grand Prix. I won my class there, placed second overall. I think I missed the overall by like 1 point, something like that. So this year, bigger, fuller, harder, leaner, more conditioned, overall better. And I will not be denied. I will not be denied next weekend in Phoenix.
We in all. Yeah, I need it in all. Mind, heart, soul, I go, let's spin it all. We in all. I need it in all.
You gotta do sometimes and train alone. Gotta learn how to spot yourself. Because if I can get 15 on this arm, I gotta get 15 here too, you know? Keep everything as proportional, symmetrical as possible. Can't do 15 here and 12 here, so if I fail at 12 on this arm, I gotta find a way to get those extra 3 up, so you just get creative, you know? Really confident this year, man. I can honestly say this is the most confident I've ever felt going into a show. I mean, like, if it doesn't happen this time, I just don't know what else they want from me, dude. Like, I'm all in. Like, I'm all fucking in this year, bro. Like, I just don't. There's nothing else. There's nothing else I can do. There's nothing else I can do, dude. I mean, bigger, fuller, harder, and rounder, leaner, drier I've ever been in my life. It's gotta happen this year. It's got to, dude. I just don't see, I mean, you know, you never know who's gonna show up. You know, there's always those freaks out there. But I think I'm one of those freaks. I think I'm that guy that's gonna show up that people, I feel like there's a coach somewhere saying that their client, no, you've got this shit. There's no one out there that's gonna be, you got this shit. Unless some fucking alien from another planet steps on stage next to you, you got this. And I think I'm that alien right now, you know what I'm saying? That's what I feel like. I feel like I'm that guy. Like when I step on stage, like when I'm backstage and everybody strips, and we start pumping up and getting ready to go on stage. You know, everybody's eyeing each other, they're all looking around. You don't know what you look like. You know, you see the guys that are kind of fuller, you can see the guys with the drawn faces, you know, and you're kind of eyeballing everybody. You see who's in shape, who looks full, who looks flat, blah, 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 whatever. But you still don't really know what, you know, the guy looks like until he strips. And, you know, like when I strip backstage, I just want people to be like, what the fuck? Like, I want that guy who's coach for the last 12 weeks told him he had this and this is his and he's the next big thing. I want him to say, my fucking coach lied to me. You know what I'm saying? My coach lied to me. Yeah, this is it. It's gonna happen. I mean, it's been a long time coming, man, but this is it. Like, I have zero doubts in my mind. Like I said, I've never been this confident going into a show. I have literally zero doubts that this is the year it happens. Like, it's gonna happen. We're gonna be moving on to the next two exercises. And generally speaking, I do superset biceps and triceps during all my workouts, not just pre-contest. I prefer to do it that way just because I feel like I get more blood volumization versus just training the biceps or just training the triceps individually and then moving on to the next muscle group. I prefer doing it that way, like I said, just because I feel more overall blood volume, and I just feel like I get a much better pump. And more blood flow means more nutrients, more oxygen, faster recovery, and overall more growth potential. So that's why I prefer to superset bis and tris.
Let's get it, let's get it. Get it, let's get it, let's get it. Get it, let's get it, let's get it. Get it, let's get it, let's get it. Try throw Lizzie, try throw Benz, I don't get no damn, I'm with it. Get it, let's get it, let's get it. Get it, let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. Back at it again, I'ma crack at it for wins. Plant this in your stem. I grew up and I blew up, not too much for these chips. One bite and you limp. You too young for the shit. Ain't much room in this. Girls bounce your booty and tits. Keep it going like gifs. Earthquake in your shift. Might put a plate in your wrist. No more, just hiss.
All right, guys. So that was a second exercise for biceps. I did not superset that particular exercise with the tricep exercise like I would normally do, because I'm only doing 2 sets here. I just wanted something to really emphasize the squeeze and the contraction before I moved on to barbell curls, and that's why I chose to do this exercise alone and only do 2 sets. So the goal here was just really focusing on the squeeze, the contraction, and blood volume, and that's exactly what we did. So we're gonna move on from here, and the next 2 exercises we do will be tricep overhead extensions on a machine and cambered barbell curls. So that's what we're headed next.
Damn, hit him with a concrete plan. Boy, I'm in the building like Pam. We were supposed to find new land. All we did was find new scams. Coded in
What
shite
motivates me?
and into the enemy's
That's
hand.
actually a pretty simple question.
With the bam, 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 bam.
I don't have to go into much detail or much depth to answer that. The thing that motivates me the most is being better than I previously was. And in terms of bodybuilding, that means stepping on stage a more complete bodybuilder than I was the show before. And that ultimately crosses over to every other aspect of my life. I constantly want to improve and be a better version of my current self. That's what keeps me motivated to continue what I do in bodybuilding and in business and every other aspect of life.
I'm on cloud 9 in my Airbnb, up in Third Eye Blind, which the homies could see. In the trenches being all they can be. I said, nah, I ain't crippin', but dog, wait and see. How to tell the difference between good and bad and the cheese. Killed another nigga, I'm just glad it wasn't me. Dogs gotta eat, better check the pedigree. It's hard to pay attention to the noise when you're free.
Probably my favorite exercise this entire place for triceps. Might be my favorite exercise anywhere for triceps. I really like the emphasizes that deep stretch at the bottom, or take advantage of that. Lets me get all the way down and emphasize the stretch. And it's just a really good angle. You know, I feel the contraction on this better than any other movement, dumbbells, barbell, or any other machine. And like I said, the fact that it's a low angle at the bottom and I can really emphasize the stretch really helps as well. allowing the blood to pool in the triceps. So definitely one of my favorite exercises. If you guys have something like this at your gym, and you haven't given it a try, or if you know any other gyms that have machines like this or similar to it, give it a try.
I'm on both sides, task the most high. They wanna go climb, trust me, don't try. They thought I crashed and burned, I had to show signs. Gotta let that hate talk pass through like phone line. Now it's all mine, now I'm online. Now it's lifestyles and deadlines. I hope the credit card don't decline. She saw the yellow jacket and she made a beat.
Nothing fancy there. Just your standard cambered bar, barbell curl. I don't do straight bar curls because they bother my wrist and the distal bicep tendon as well. Just keeping your wrist supinated that far out, really an unnatural position for your wrist. So it places a lot of strain and stress on the wrist and the elbow joint. So I prefer to use a cambered bar. I mean, that's why they invented a cambered bar, take the stress off of the wrist and the elbow joint. So, like I said, nothing fancy, just getting a pump and keeping the blood flowing.
Attention.
I expect something I never thought I was capable of achieving. And I mean that with the utmost sincerity. I did not think that I would ever be able to achieve the physique and the current condition that I am currently in. And you know, I'm proud of the work that I put in this prep, and it's going to show on stage this year. So I expect to do serious damage at the USA's this year, and people are gonna see something that they weren't expecting and they've never seen before. That's a promise. That's a promise. Drier, harder, fuller, leaner, just an overall more complete, better package. That's what I'm expecting this year. I would love to be super inspirational and motivating and say, you know, I've never thought about giving up. It's never crossed my mind like, you know, so many other athletes do, and I'm super dedicated and blah, blah, blah. But the truth of the matter is I have, especially after incident I had a couple years ago that I thought basically ended my career. You know, I didn't think I would ever compete again. I mean, I was told by doctors that I would never lift weights again. And at that point, I wouldn't say I thought about giving up, but I definitely thought that was the end of the road for me. And I guess I had given up, but something in me sparked and said, you're not finished. There's more to do. And here I am, 2 years later, after a near fatal injury that I was told would end everything in life that I was passionate about. Here I am, a week out in the USA's, in the best shape of my life, bringing the greatest package to the stage that I ever have. So I have thought about giving up, and I have given up, but that didn't keep me down. You know, I got back up, went back to work, and here we are. Next weekend, I think everyone will see that.
My damn ass gone. Sun, rain, still come cheap, so I need change. Break the chains. Like a phoenix, I rise out of these flames. No more games. Beauty is pain, so I take aim. We ain't the same. You lame, I reign. Say what? I reign. Let's go, I reign.
All right, guys, so that's it. 1 week out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.